Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sprawl. So, Dave, neat. You are in charge. You're leading the mission here. Are you like up front, like gun up, back against the cargo containers, kind of like moving everybody up? How are you leading? Describe the situation for me. I want to understand what it looks like when Neat takes charge.
It's like it's like when you're playing one of those third person shooters where you also have like bumper commands for like move up, regroup.
Right.
So I'm like looking and I'm scoping up places and just like pointing out positions for people to go to, just making sure everybody's always in cover from all the angles. And I just have kind of in front of my face and I'm just like flipping it in and out really quickly between like the heads, like the from above angle of everything and all the cargo containers and all the passages we have to take, and then like just like looking and making sure nobody's there. But
okay.
He's actually very kind of like vocal about it. He's like, okay, I'm going to need you to move here, and then yep, QQ, if you can cover right while I take this, and 3, 2, 1, and then we like both go around different ways at the same time.
Yeah, so it's slow going, but it's safe, right? You're keeping corners. There's a few times where you have to stop to like let an automated cargo vehicle go by so that its sensors don't pick you up. And I think that we see this happening when we pan over to Cathode, and yeah, Kathy, you're pretty banged up. But I think you're standing beside. You're the slowest. You're standing beside the little lozenge as it hovers forward, and you notice that the readout under so it's got this like built-in readout that's invisible most of the time underneath the plastic layer, and then it's got the little like there's like a sensor or some kind of reading. No one really took a look at it, but there was a green light before, and now it's an amber light and it's blinking. And maybe I think you're the only one that notices this.
Okay, so I see it like go from like I noticed.
You don't see it switch, but you're like, wait, was that light always amber? No, it was definitely green before. It was a solid green, and now it's just like a pulsing amber.
So I look at it. Does it say anything, or is it just a light?
It's just a circular light. Like
there's no like extra information.
Like pulsing. I don't know. What do you want to do? Looking at it, you don't see anything else.
Oh, is it like there's a readout? Is there a way to like have it tell me what's wrong? Like,
do you?
Hey, like,
yeah. I mean, you describe what you do. So you touch it, right?
We loop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I whatever this. I mean, I can't imagine that I don't understand like the basics of technology. Like,
I'm not saying you don't understand the basics of technology. You've just never seen that thing or something like it before.
But
right?
how would? Yeah, no, I haven't seen this
right now.
Before,
right now,
how would it work? I touch it and then it like it responds.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, well then I like say there's a light and I like, lay my hand on the thing and see if it like, I don't know.
Yeah. So when
I want it to tell me what's wrong.
Yeah. When you
tell me what's wrong.
When you tap it, the
there's a clock.
The top of the lozenge brings up a bunch of diagnostic information like internal temperature. It brings up, it's currently at slightly below body temperature on the inside. So it brings up like internal temperature. It gives you this little display that shows a triangle with an exclamation mark. It looks like the flight damaged the pod in some way. And it's got a bunch of like internal, basically like metrics for the internal systems. It's showing you battery level. It's at about like 30%. And then a bunch of other diagnostic info.
Okay, so like I something's wrong with it, and I like look back at I look forward, I guess, at the rest of the crew, and I'm like, when are we close? This whatever this is there's a problem. It's not like it's something wrong.
How long since we extracted this has this been? Because I will have kept a timer on that because I know we were given a very specific window.
Yeah, I mean, the window is just for the pickup, not for the drop-off necessarily.
Really?
It's been maybe like 25 minutes, 30 minutes since you landed on the roof.
Okay. I figured it would be like the battery life of that thing. But
is there anything specific about what like is going wrong with the thing? Can I try and
Yeah, see? I mean, I guess you could probably, let me look at the moves here.
Are we rolling assess?
Yeah.
I can just ask, right?
No,
can sum
your
up the question.
your questions aren't about this thing. Your questions are about the situation with the shipyard and getting you to your.
Oh,
But yeah, let's
right,
have
yeah, of
Catho.
course.
Let's have you assess it.
Okay. So that's edge. Oh, I'm really not edgy. I still have intel, but I don't know how. Like, we didn't know what this was. I mean,
it doesn't matter. You can spend it and say I get a +1, and then I'll ask you about some stuff.
how?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna spend my intel and get a +1 on this.
Okay, so do you remember where? This is the thing. I guess the intel isn't tied to where you got it, so it doesn't matter where it came from. So this technology is not your usual stuff, right? Like you're usually kind of kludging stuff together and.
Oh, actually, I took my advanced, so now I just magically know cybernetics and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So
my shit.
Yeah. So this is well. Let's have you ask your questions. And
Yeah.
We'll talk about.
Let's
talk
see
about
if I
what
can
this
ask
intel might be.
questions.
Yeah, you got an 8.
So 8.
Yep.
So that's 1. I guess what this is a complication, right?
Well, yeah. You ask me the questions and we'll work it out.
Because I feel like the potential complication is like that it's broken.
That you don't know what it is or that it's broken. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think that that's a question that. Maybe how can I avoid trouble with
Sounds
this?
good.
Yeah. How can I avoid trouble with this thing being broken and just like not have a problem that we seem to be having?
Well, what's the problem that you think you're having?
It's broken. It's not working the way that it should, right?
No, that's not true. It's just there's an
You
orange.
said there's something wrong.
There's like an amber warning light that's like there's a problem with it, but it's not broken. Like it's not gonna
okay,
just
so
blow
there's
up.
a problem with it.
Yeah.
How can I avoid trouble with this problem? I don't want this problem. I don't want there to be a problem.
Well, you could
No
figure out what's wrong with
problems.
it and fix it.
I could figure out what's wrong with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Easy
you could
peasy, lemon
you could
squeezy.
stop. Yeah, you could stop and sit down with it. You're an expert on like this kind of techno junk. Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
whole job. But you would need
That's
a
my
minute.
job.
You'd have to like stop and like examine it and figure out what's wrong with it.
Okay, so I guess I would like look at all the readout information and look forward to NEAT and be like, is there a time that we need to be there? Because something's up with this, and we don't even know what's in here. It could be like damaged, or like I need to make this amber light green again. Can we stop? Is there a place? Or do you just want to chance it? And I don't know what this is.
Okay.
And like she's still like hugging herself and like.
I guess I do some quick calculations. Like, is there somewhere nearby we can hide, like, to do this for a minute? Yeah, can I like see a position for that?
You could.
I have a hold.
Yeah, you could spend a hold.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, how can I hide here?
Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Yeah. What does that look like? What's a momentary like safe place to hide in an area like this?
I guess I see the locks on one of the containers. It's like a really easily like sortable one. Maybe it's actually like a physical padlock over the thing compared to all like the retinal scans on the rest of them. So I say, QQ, if you could open that for me, please, real quick.
Yeah, and just like butt of my assault rifle just smashing through it.
Okay. Yeah. Breaks off. Falls to the ground.
Yep, and we like just like pop inside the container.
Okay.
Because it's not totally full.
So the inside of the container from like the back half to the back is full of boxes with the like Nike like swoosh on them. And they're all like shrink wrapped and sealed and pushed to the back of the room. So we see that wall of like Nike logos as you come in. And it's dark in here, so we just see the like I guess lights from the little lozenge like boom, like pulsing, kind of giving the place a like an amber glow.
Okay, so like as soon as we get in here, I'm just like game mode or whatever, kind of like shake my head and have B like scan the pod
Mhm.
and like give me information about like what's going on with it, and like go through like all the readouts and try and see like what is this like warning that's flashing, like what is it, how can I fix it, what can I do here, like etc. I need to I guess what is that?
Well, it's not. I feel like it's not assess. It's not research either. We need the tech. I'm kind of surprised the tech doesn't have a move that's like when you examine a piece of technology.
I mean, because I have Customizer, which is you can identify and examine new or complicated technology related to your area of expertise and modify technology with which you are familiar. When you try to modify a piece of tech, tell the MC what you want to do and discuss the tags or game effect that the modification will have. The MC will tell you the requirements in terms of time, tool, parts, help from context, more research. But it doesn't say what to roll.
I think you don't have to roll if you're just examining, because it tells you the part of the rolling is when you modify it, but the other part of the move is still true. Like you know these things, you can look at it and examine. So like I said, it's just going to take you some time. So you start looking through the menus and everything, and it's unclear what's in this pod. There's a lot of readouts about information. Like I said, temperature. There's like a Geiger counter. Various voltometers and what have you, amperage, shit that I don't personally know anything about. But whatever is inside is complicated and made out of sensitive electronics. And the whole pod just needs to be rebooted. Some hardware has been jostled inside, and a bunch of the processes have locked up. And all you need to do is just like turn it off, give it a second to cool, and then boot it back up.
Okay. Then I do that. Yeah,
okay, sure.
That's all it needs.
Yeah, there's a little power symbol that boom, pops up. You put your hand on it and turn it, and the thing goes dark. Like it slowly just lowers to the ground.
And I just like say like, this is fine.
Yeah, don't worry, it's okay. It's supposed to be doing this. And then it lies there in the dark. The body of your friend Marla is like off to the side, like you've taken her off of it because you need to access the surface. And yeah, there's just a little like power symbol like glowing on the front of it.
Okay,
imagine this thing looking and behaving kind of like one of those expensive Apple like mice, which is just like kind of just a white plastic thing, and you just like caress it.
All right, so
like Eva from WALL-E.
Yes, like
where
exactly.
it's like white until you press the button.
I do the whole thing where I let it shut down and I like wait like 10 seconds like so that it can finish, right. And then like I press the power button again.
We all see Cathode's lips like moving in the dark as she counts to 10 in Korean. And then boop, yeah, you hit it, and the little power icon like spins around and disappears, and a faint glow starts to come from it, and then there's a hiss. There's like as a seam around the outside vents some kind of like steam, and like a scarab opening its wings. We see the surface of it kind of like split and fold underneath, and there's like all this steam and fog and like a white light. And
God damn it.
As it's power cycling, yeah, it opens, disengages the lock. There's this sort of steam, this dry ice steam coming out of it, and like white glow. And that's when whatever's inside lunges out and grabs you, Cathode.
Me?
Yes.
Oh god damn it.
So whatever's inside, like you see like an arm lunge out and grab you, and this thing like tumbles like out sideways out of the thing, grabs Cathode, and kind of like drags you real quick. Like this all happens in the beat of a second. QQ, I guess I'll give you, because you and this thing are both equally as quick. I'll give you a chance to do something, but it's already like at least kind of between, like Cathode is sort of between you and it.
I'm at the door of the shipping container,
exactly,
looking out. So
have we just
released starts to happen? I'm gonna run in and just like grab the arm that's grabbing Cathode and like grab her and just do the whole. We're just gonna split you two up. Like I'm just gonna interpose myself.
Yeah, you want to try and do that? Okay, so it's reached out and it's grabbed Cathode, I guess the closest, grabbed you by the arm, and you can feel it, like its fingers like digging into your arm. It hurts really bad.
I'm already really hurt.
Yeah, and it's trying to pull you towards it, and then QQ, you snap over to it, and
you giving it the vice-like grip on its wrist and like twisting.
Yeah, so you reach out and you grab it, and you can feel like hard armor plates under the surface of a kind of like clear. It's kind of built to the same material as the pod, and basically it's a vaguely like woman-shaped kind of a marionette. It instead of features, it has a single glowing like white kind of like light in the center of its head mass. The body looks a bit like it's like a really expensive looking one of those like artists like posing dummies. Like, so all of its joints are really obvious. Yeah, and it's reached out and it's grabbed you and like tries to pull you towards it, and then QQ you kind of like leap on it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, drop her now.
Okay, what? Let me see. Are you willing to use violence to seize control of Cathode here, or?
No, I don't want to mess this thing up because this is the job, is to get this thing back.
Okay, yeah. So if you're not willing to, like, you grab it and it just like pushes you with it like crazy cyborg strength, like pushes you off of it, and spins Kathy around in front. And puts you get like pulled into a sleeper, Kathy. So it gets its arm around your neck, and it points its arm out at you, QQ, and its fingers all like fold back onto its wrist, and then its wrist kind of opens up, and you're looking into the barrel of a weapon of some kind, and it just
like QQ gets like slammed against the side of the shipping container by that, and then like slumps down, but is already like training the assault rifle on this,
starting the assault rifle up.
I guess it would be rifle still,
and in Spanish, which I don't know if anyone speaks, but in Spanish the thing just starts talking. It has a woman's voice that sounds like a high-pitched voice that sounds a bit like you're hearing it at a bit of a distance, and she's speaking in a clipped like
could the analysis software on my drone analyze what she's saying and like repeat, like broadcast to me what it is? It's just described as analysis software.
I feel like that's probably reasonable because translating it would work. It would more often work the other way around, where it would translate you for other people. You know, if you're like,
I feel like it just like takes in the information and like gives me a readout of what is being said, not like tells me out loud.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you have a neural link, so you hear it in whatever language you want. But yeah. So she's saying, she's basically just asking like, what's going on? What the hell? Like, who are you people? What's happening? And she's using you as like leverage, and she's like holding back to make sure no one like shoots at her.
Flamingo, calm it down somehow. Use words.
I step forward. I step forward towards.
And I like tell you. I like send you guys like while I'm being like chokeholded. I'm like, this is what it's saying.
I'm getting it to my
please
brain.
help me.
Yeah. So I step forward and I say, "We're not here to harm you. I can tell that you are confused. What is the last thing that you remember?"
I don't think she, I mean, she doesn't, I don't think she believes you. Like, you're like, we're just here to help you in this cargo container. And she, God, what would she do? So she's got a hostage. She says to you, she's like, what did you do with the rest of my unit? Where are they?
I don't know anything about the rest of your unit, but unit for who? For what?
She's starting to back away towards the opening of the cargo container.
Can I like try and not be in her arms? Like, is there
you just watched her throw QQ against the wall.
Yeah, that's probably, I probably have no chance. Yep.
Please.
I'm gonna unmute myself and then say what my character says.
Okay.
So QQ is just like, your friend Jean Paul wanted to get you out.
Whoever's speaking, she like points the gun arm at them. So she turns and looks at you, and she's like, again in Spanish, I don't know anybody with that name.
Guess he's not her friend.
Did you used to work for Rook?
She's like, who's Rook?
Rook Security?
No, I don't know who that is.
I mean,
clearly there is something.
This is not a robot. Is it? It's looks like a robot, but it's talking like it's not a robot.
Yes, those things are true.
Yeah, no, I totally like as they're piecing it together. I mean, I don't have a gear for it, but do I have a mirror? Anything mirrored based on how?
I would definitely have a mirror. Yeah, 100%. Like you could go through whatever bag I've got laying around, and there would definitely be mirrors in there.
Yeah, I mean you can probably grab. You've seen cathode with like a makeup compact or something.
Yeah, so I'm like, you need to see something. I'm not going for a weapon. Yeah, and I like put my assault rifle on the ground. I'm like,
I like chat's suggestion. You're just wearing really, really chromed sunglasses. You just like look at her. Look at this. But yeah, you can. So you like crouch down to like pick it up, and she's just slowly like dragging cathode back towards she's like a few paces away from the entrance to the cargo container.
Yep. And I like lift up this like little makeup thing and I like flick it open so she can see herself. Give me a shot.
Yeah, she like her head like turns and turns towards you. Can't see where she's looking because her face is like a featureless expanse, and it like pulses slightly. I feel like we need to make a move here.
Are we fast talking?
Yeah, I think fast talk is the closest. Yeah. So you're trying to convince her to hesitate, right? At least, and like drop cathode, right? Is that what you want here? Neat.
Yeah, like ideally I wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, but
so like I get the thing up and I'm like looking. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, so the intent is for her to stop thinking of us as a problem. So I guess I'm trying to be like, look, this is the situation as it is. We're giving you this information, therefore we're not the one that put you in the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, -1. Here we go.
Good luck.
Woo!
Yeah. Great. I'm gonna get my neck broken.
Okay, so here's what happens. She looks at the mirror and then looks at you, and she's got her gun hand pointed at you, and she's like, she says something in Spanish about, she's like, you're just trying to confuse me. Don't lie to me. And you hear like a click from her arm, and then nothing happens. And you hear it a few more times. You're like rapid like clicking. And then she like looks and her hand like folds back and she throws cathode at you, basically like as hard as she can. So she's like thrusts her at you, and then turns and like bolts. She goes to run for it.
Yeah, so she goes to run for it. But...
As soon as her gun is clicking and like she's confused, I'm looking at QQ like.
I mean, by the time you turn your head to look at QQ is already moving or whatever.
Yeah, I'm like a blur of motion, and I just like pounce on her. Like I leap through the air and then just like grab onto her head and just like drag her to the ground. And I'm just trying to like incapacitate her.
Okay.
Essentially. I'm going to try to wrestle this ultra strong robot because I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I'm very brave.
Perfect.
Nice.
You're using violence to seize control of the robot.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, we got to remember that this isn't like Apocalypse World where you don't deal harm to it. It's not a necessity. It's just using violence. So, yeah. Okay. Let's have you mix it up.
And she has synth nerves.
She is definitely as fast as you are and stronger.
Okay, cool. I get a 7.
Okay. What would you like to choose?
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, I'll take harm.
Okay.
That's one of them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take that one. How much harm does she deal me?
Let me take a look.
Before I say that I'll take harm.
Yes, good call. So
That's fair,
she
right?
does have her gun does not appear to have ammo, but she does have built-in like melee weapons. So when you come at her, her hands, like her fingertips, turn into claws, and so she's like slashing at you. She's also hyper strong. So let me take a look. I think three harm. Probably getting blended up by a robot with claw hands.
We'll play Will It Blend.
Yeah.
That's fine. So both myself and an ally take harm.
Thanks. Thank you. Because I'm the one that was just thrust from her.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. So Cathode.
Thank you.
Cathode, you get thrown. You get thrown into Neat.
Yeah, like it throws her, and I like grab her to cushion her from the blow.
Yeah, I think both
I
of
don't
you
let her take damage.
instead of Cathode taking 2 harm, you both just take 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So Cathode,
Can I try and take both for her?
No, because you're not a squishy enough target. But you'll both take 1 to make the move. Which you're both wearing.
Yeah,
armor.
so I would just make the
Oh, no, you're
harm
not
move
neat?
with
Okay.
nothing.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and just make the harm move real quick.
And I succeed wonderfully. Just great.
Good
9
stuff. All
there.
right, so you get a
Yeah.
9.
Okay.
I get a 4.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Whoops.
Cool.
Oh,
All
I
right.
forgot you can deal with the thing.
Yeah.
Shit, sorry. My bad.
It's okay.
Awesome. Awesome. So 7 and 9 the MC chooses.
All right. Let me see. What do I gotta choose here? You lose your footing, you lose your grip on whatever you're holding, you lose track of someone or something you're attended to. Yeah, I think you just get thrown on the ground. Like
Okay.
you crash into Neat and then tumble to the ground, you lose your footing. And then what did you get, Neat? You get a like 11?
Yeah.
Okay, so you actually do take the harm, right? Like you get hit real hard. And
Well,
you gotta choose 1.
Dave gets to choose.
Yeah, choose 1 on the 10.
On the 11.
Yeah, I'll take the full harm.
Okay.
I'll take +1.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine because your clock is clear so far. Okay. But you still, Hannah, you eventually do like manage to like get the robot, and
Yeah,
so
and
she's
there's
just
lots
like,
of, grabbing arms,
shredding
like,
you, like
to the ground and shit. Yeah,
yeah.
it's a mess. It's a violent, horrible mess.
Stop struggling and listen for just a second.
Okay. Yeah, and so you've got her pinned and like you're holding her in place, and Flamingo, yeah, you can talk to her if you want.
Tell me about yourself. Anything, a detail, your name, where you're from, something that can ground this whole conversation in something that we can work on together to further both of our agendas here.
So she looks at you, and what's interesting is that she's vocalizing the struggle, even though like it's a robot body, like she doesn't have to breathe.
They're still
Right.
just like that.
Yeah, but she's like, so she looks, her head like tilts up at you, and she says in a way that indicates to you like she's practiced this over and over and over. She says, Corporal Abigail DiStefano, serial number X45712-3, 112th Mobile Infantry, and then that's it. And then just
Can I research, like do a quick search of that division?
yeah, like cross-reference the name and the division and
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Nope. I get nothing.
Okay. So I think, yeah, on top of not recognizing it's just a name you've never heard and a military unit you've never heard of. Yeah. And so I think she's still in your possession right now. But Neat, maybe as you recover from being body slammed, your mission clock that you put together for this, like you don't have any more time to be in this container. You got to move.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck the chit chat, and I'm lifting her up and just like jamming her back in her box or casket, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to turn her off if you're gonna put her in there because like it won't hold her. It's not meant to like she wasn't like battering the inside. She was turned off.
Well,
Can I?
how we do that?
That's a good. Yeah, Cathode might know.
How would I find out if that's something that I know?
Assess it, right?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, this is a case where you could assess. You could get your ass up off the floor.
Okay.
Assess the
Yeah, I
situation.
take the time while Flamingo is like getting this information from the robot thing, and I assess. I look at it. I take a look. I see if there's like, inserts or like access like information. I look at it and see if I can like take it apart into its pieces.
I'm very surprised you default to it when she's given her name.
Oh, it's a robot.
Yeah.
Is it? Wow.
So, so you just want to assess the thing and like give it a good look now that you can see it and it's not trying to like claw your face off or choke you to death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to try at least. We'll see how that goes. Okay. 7. I feel like I want to know how she is vulnerable to me, or maybe I guess that's probably the smartest thing.
Okay.
How is she vulnerable to me?
I think that she is running on a very low battery reserve, right? Like you can see as the little coffin has powered up, the diagnostics are showing you a bunch of information about her like brainwave activity, and she doesn't have much battery power left. If you could get her to exert herself like one more time, she would probably just turn off. The capsule that she came in, her packaging, keeps her in standby mode as long as she's in it. But when you turned it off, she turned on and came out. But she doesn't have much programming or power left to keep her going.
So like I broadcast that to QQ and I'm just like, I think this is your job. Like she's almost offline.
Corporal, what was your unit's mission?
She's been
as
trained.
I'm like dragging her towards her box.
Yeah, this is all happening like
Yeah, she's been trained not to tell you that. So you just get the cold face of the robot staring at you.
I think we might be on the same side, Corporal. I used to work for Freyr. Does the name mean anything to you?
You feel her body language change suddenly, just slightly. Like she like loosens her, like she's not aggressively pulling against you, and she's paying more attention to Flamingo. And she says, she asks for some kind of like Freyr authorization code.
And I give her, like my old authorization. I don't know if I would be like militarily ranked.
No, probably not. But you would have an employee number.
Yeah,
you'd have a serial number the same way that she does.
I rattle it off similarly, like serial number 83206A.
Yeah.
Middle management.
She says to you, she's like, nice try, but that's a bullshit code. And you know for a fact it's not.
Yeah, and I'm just like, whatever, sad robot. And I just start like shaking her so that she has to like stabilize her limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Just like wear her out. Like I just give her the like crocodile style like wrestling thing to just tire her out.
Okay. I mean, if Flamingo, if you want to talk to her and get any more information out of her, then you're being interfered with by all this jostling. It's pretty hostile.
QQ, please, we can't have a civil conversation with this person.
Oh, also I have a new set of mission directives for you.
Of course.
I have a third set.
And by civil, I mean keep a hold of her.
Yeah, you keep it civil. I'll have a conversation.
And I guess like I would have told Flamingo too, like, and if Neat was like, we need to get going, like I would have like vocally like broadcast to Flamingo, like if we need to get her to the place, we just need to do this thing and we can do our job and get paid and leave.
Yeah, so like you
and
like we need to have a civil conversation, and I just like cut in as well, and I say we don't have time for a conversation. We need to get there now. We need to already have been there.
Corporal.
Yeah, I think if this was a show and you say like we need to have already been there, we cut to like an emergency meeting in like a boardroom somewhere, and there's like a Freyr executive in a suit talking to a Chinese businessman, and they're both like signing some kind of like temporary security alliance to allow the Freyr drones into Maersk Sinotech airspace, and so they like shake hands, and then the Freyr exec turns and like gestures to his security team, and the security guy's like, "We're a go." And then we see the drones like coming in over the the
and I'm just
shipyard.
piling this, jumble of robot into the capsule again.
Yeah, I don't think that you can just pick her up and put her in it. Like she'll fight back, and you did seize control of her, so that like for that situation. But you'll have to make another roll to actually physically jam her in the coffin thing.
Go with the plan of wearing her out, and so her like resisting me putting her in the coffin should be enough.
Yeah.
So what am I doing here? Am I acting under pressure?
I think so. Yeah, and the pressure is that she throws you off before she runs out of power. That she escapes your
Good luck me.
clutches. Oh no.
No.
So I get a 4. If reflexes matter, I would get a 5.
Yeah, I mean she's got the same reflexes as you, so it's even.
I'm not helped enough,
Yeah, we can't help.
or it's
Was ready
impossible
to,
to help
but-
me enough to make it happen, unless this is part of the mission, which it isn't. So, anyways, whatever.
Okay. So you're like struggling with her, and I think that you overstep slightly in one direction, just barely. Like your foot goes in like the wrong place, and she uses your momentum to just like judo you over her shoulder. It doesn't hurt. Like you get slammed onto the corrugated steel.
That's
But
whatever.
what happens? You get slammed onto the steel, and she looks up, and we see her like kind of just ripple and then like disappear. You can still see like a vague kind of blur where she was. And then Flamingo, you get thrown aside. Like we just see Flamingo as if, I don't know if you've ever seen like stunt people doing like work where they have like a belt on that gets pulled out in post-production, they get pulled. And you just see Flamingo, the same thing, like get thrown against the side wall. There's a clang, and then the door to the thing slams open.
Using that, it doesn't like exhaust
Yes,
your power
it will.
reserves?
It will. She's got like, it doesn't do it right away, but she doesn't have an infinite amount of time using it. She's
Can I
gonna
send B after her?
And QQ was just like swearing and switching to thermal vision and running out there as
Okay.
well.
All right.
Yeah, the B's going after her, scanning fucking everything.
Check it out.
And I'm
It's a
just like, bring her box.
check it
as
out.
I'm
It's a
running
custom move.
Of course, it's a custom move.
Yeah,
What's
the
going
box
on?
the box is doing that like Bluetooth disconnected error, like out of range. And yeah, her active camo activates and she runs for it. And someone can make this move, and then it sounds like maybe QQ is making the move, and then you're
I would
helping with
be
your drone.
helping. hmm
Yeah. Okay. All right, QQ. Try to keep track of someone with active stealth camo. Roll plus edge.
Great. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is this thermo optic camo or just optic?
Yeah,
camo?
it's the high class shit.
Full on thermo optic.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I get 12.
Okay. All right. So
Nice.
you can track her by you can see the blur. Maybe we see a puddle, like footsteps splash through the
Yeah,
puddle.
exactly. Like there's some water or snow or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just like catch the signs of it, and my like overlay is like highlighting these things as I'm running after her.
Yeah. Okay. So the two of you, you come running around the corner, and you catch her at sort of a dead end. And she's maybe like about to turn and climb when the stealth camo like turns off. And so it flickers out. She's standing, ankle deep in this puddle of oily water. We see the sky reflected, and maybe we can see the like tiny red lights of the drones, like up above, like on their way. And then B, like buzzes in overhead, and you've cornered her in this little like alley. And she turns and like snaps at her claws and like crouches down. But you can see that she's moving like slower than she was before, and that her little light on her face is. It's gone from white to that amber, like, and it's pulsing. She can't see it, but she probably just feels tired.
I come around the corner at this point, and I shout to QQ a code word we've set in advance. I say like fireworks, and I put down my goggles with like the flare compensation, and like presumably.
My eyes just do that automatically, so it's no
Yeah,
problem.
and I like toss a flashbang down there to try and like stun her. I'd like overload her so she'll run out of the last dregs of energy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just like running. I just like follow it up closely, like very closely running in.
Yeah, I love the idea that QQ has like nictating membranes where you just like flick over these blast shields when the
Yeah, I
thing
have
goes
extra
off.
eyelids.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, yeah, so there's a loud bang and a pop, and up above we see the layout of all the like cargo containers as the drones are coming in, and we just see this like flash bulb go off. They start to peel and like head that direction, and she like totters slightly and then falls to her knees and then forward onto her face.
Yeah, so I'm like there to catch her
Yeah.
as she's falling over, and then just like over my shoulder, carry her over to the box and drop her in.
Okay. Yeah, so Flamingo and Cathode, have you like did you bring the box up or are you
Yeah,
staying in?
I was gonna say I just bring the box. I really want to talk to this person more, but like no, we don't have time, and nobody else seems to think that's a priority. So it's
I just want to leave.
QQ, the rest of you, take her, leave. I'll lead the drones off. We'll meet back up somewhere. A safe house. Just get going. We can't fail this.
Mm.
And I like pull another flashbang, and I'm like cover your eyes, and I like throw it up into the air again to like try and get the attention.
Okay.
And I just leave before anybody gets a chance to
Sure.
As we're
respond.
splitting up, I'm like, I get your share, right, Neat?
Yeah, Neat just books it.
I follow with QQ, like
Okay.
wherever QQ is going.
All right. So Cathode, QQ, and Flamingo, you're pretty close to the point. I think when you get there, you get to where on your HUD it shows the map. You see it's actually a big cargo ship, and it's an unmarked, doesn't have a corporate logo on it or anything. Unmarked ship. Maybe it's got some faded Cyrillic on the side, and there's a team outside with a metal, like a big metal container. And they see you and they recognize you like right away. And one of them comes up. It's a guy in a suit. He's got a parka over top. He comes up to whoever's in the front. I guess probably like QQ or Flamingo.
It'll be me.
Okay.
It would be me, I think.
Maybe he
Right.
tries to approach
That'd
Flamingo
be-
and then you like get up
Yeah.
his shit.
Yeah, I like step in front.
Yeah, he stops and like puts his hands up and he's like, it's all right. It's all right. I'm here with your employers. And he puts his arm up, which creates a little AR thing. And he pulls a little gold like sigil off of it and kind of like throws it at you. And it pops up in your AR. And it gives you the like code signature so that you know it's the right person. Like this was built into your
Yeah.
information. So you
Good.
confirm he is who he says he is.
Yeah, and QQ's just like, we've got a little something extra for you. And I like indicate the body slumped over this pod.
He
That's
shakes,
your loose end to clean up.
he shakes his head. And oh my God, Neat's not here. Okay.
I look over at QQ, look around, notice that he isn't with us because of course he's not, and I go, clean it up.
Well, so you're like, this is your mess to clean up, and and he looks at it, and he looks at you, and he shakes his head, and he's like, well, that's a bit sloppy, isn't it? And he
Yeah,
like,
it was your fucking operative who gaffed.
and
And that's his mistake.
he gestures for someone to come over, and he's got a little like SWAT team kind of thing with him. Yeah, one of them comes over, and they like grab the woman under her arms and like drag her off.
Oh, well, fine.
And then somewhere during the conversation, like the next bit of the conversation, we probably hear the like of like a silenced pistol going off and then a splash. But in up in front, he looks at the lozenge. He maybe takes out a scanner and like runs it over and nods, kind of looks at it a couple of times. And he's like, good. Well, everything seems to be in order. And he like taps the thing and kind of shoves it over to his team, and they load it up into the container, and then the container is already attached to a crane and gets picked up, and like they put it on the ship. And then and he looks at you, Flamingo, and he's like, well, I suppose we're done here.
I have a question.
He raises an eyebrow. Yes.
Do you know what's inside that container?
He looks at it. Do you?
No. And I'm gonna turn and like leave. Basically.
Yeah. He's like, right then. And you turn around and head off on your own. So you've both learned the truth about the package and delivered it. So make sure you mark those 2 XP. And then I want to have Neat roll an operation move, and it's Operation Blaze of Glory, where you attempt to lead the drones away, and we see what happens. So I find this move is like one of my favorite things about this game. So I could be like, here, you just do a little mini mission, and let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Let me find that. Let me find that move, and then I'll have you make it. Conduct an operation. All right. So describe your plan and then roll edge. So what is your plan to deal with these drones?
Right. So these are drones that I know are equipped with just missiles.
I mean, you don't know which drones these are specifically.
Oh, okay. I thought it got the. Oh, they're different ones on there.
These might be different drones. Yeah. They probably, if they're trying to get the package back, they probably wouldn't send like rocket drones after you.
Yeah, they just nuke the harbor from orbit. It's fine.
Well, they have a security deal with Maersk Xenotech, and it doesn't involve nuking the harbor from orbit. But yeah.
Okay. So the plan is, it's going to be. It's going to be stealth. I'm going to try and lose them somehow, heading through all these warehouses, through the containers, like climbing up high so I get them to come in low and like start shooting and then like duck into somewhere with a roof. I've still got a hold like based on the location of the area. So I think I'm using like that tactical map that I've drawn up and highlighted escape plans for.
Okay.
And I'm just, I try and lead them off to a certain point and then I try and lose them. But like, if I fail, I'll just lead them off and then not lose them.
I think in this case, it's actually more act under pressure. Yeah, I think that's more appropriate move here because it's just like, do you hide or not? And then we can narrate out the results. So yeah, go ahead and
he's just lobbying for a +1 from his assist.
Oh yeah, the assist. Yeah, definitely take the hold. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna act under pressure with 1 forward. How will my roll be? They've been terrible today for the most part. Like middling.
Yeah, you got a 9.
Middling.
It's not nothing. Okay. So it's gonna cost you something.
Sure is.
I think it just means that I'm gonna just advance a corporate clock. I'm gonna say that you managed to sink them off, but like the people you committed this mission against are they're on alert. They're at 9 o'clock. They're like gonna actively go looking for you specifically, but also like your team.
There's all this like aerial drone.
Yeah, they're building a case to. Building a case to go after you, but they don't know exactly who you are yet. But it definitely like nudges up their attentiveness. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
and it like ends with like seeing them above me and they've like chased me up onto this rooftop and I like look around me, I've like run out of places to go and I end up just like running and like diving off into the freezing water of the harbor and like
nice.
Like trying to swim underwater away.
Cool. Yeah, and we just see like the icebreakers above like kind of slowly grinding through the ice as you slip away.
So we need to get paid?
Yeah. Let's do the post mission stuff.
Get fucking paid.
So when you were done, Jesus, that was a close one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the clock did not hit midnight, but you got pretty damn close.
It was calculated, Adam. We knew exactly how much wiggle room we had and we told it.
So when you go to a meet to get paid by your employer. So this is after. This would be like the next morning or something.
Is it the fancy lady in the suit?
You're going to get paid. Let's
I feel like Cathode has just like she doesn't have enough credit until we get paid to like go to a doctor. So she's just like bound hers, like she's got like gauze and stuff, but she's just like, I need to go to a doctor. Please give us our money. So yeah, she's still really hurt, really fucking hurt.
Okay, all right.
Maybe she doesn't even go there. Is that a thing?
That's up to you. Yeah, I guess talk to me about who's at this meeting.
I feel like Cathode's just like, please go get our money so I can go see a doctor, and then like lays in bed forever.
I would be there.
Yeah, totally.
And if Flamingo's there, then Cuckoo's there.
Okay. And then Neek, you go along. Do
I need to be there to trigger my move? No. No, I'm lying low and I don't want to draw extra heat to them because I just got the extra bit
Okay.
from
Okay.
the corp. So I give you the go ahead to sort out.
So whoever rolls is +3, right?
I'll do it. Is there a get paid button?
I want one of those buttons.
That'd be nice.
Boom.
I just mash that thing.
Yeah, I would
just
just put a
smash
heavy
it.
book on it and then leave it.
I should mash that shit all day.
Get one of those water dipping birds.
8.
7 and 9, you get to choose one from the list below.
I have a suggestion for which one.
It's not a setup or an ambush. You are paid in full.
You're paid in full is my answer.
Yes, please.
Okay, all right.
Because I don't have enough
It's important.
money to not get paid in full.
Okay, which means you don't learn anything. You can't further. You already identified your employer, so you don't need to worry about that. The meeting does attract the attention of outside parties, and it may be a setup or an ambush.
I mean, but does that move mean it has to be?
I get
Like,
to,
if
I
you
get to
don't choose that?
It's up to.
Yeah,
no,
it
I
just
was
means
just like,
yeah, it
it's
just means
possible.
that I have the option. If you choose that, I can't make it a setup or an ambush.
oh, okay. But it doesn't mean like now you have to turn it into an ambush regardless of what
No,
you
the move
wanted.
isn't so severe that it's like all of these other bad
Sure.
things.
It's a bit off of what we expect from Apocalypse World because that's how Apocalypse World works. Usually in Apocalypse World, a move is if you didn't choose this, it is this. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of play it soft, I think, on this one. I'm gonna just advance some stuff. So the meeting attracts attention, and I'm actually gonna reveal I have a threat clock that I want to show you.
Of course.
I'm gonna
there
move it.
is.
I'm gonna move it up. But
I love clocks.
so they don't have their own symbol because they're a organized crime agency. But yeah, the Combinat, they already were a bit aware of you before. And I think what happens is that when you go to the meeting, maybe there's some like Russian gangsters, some Combinat gangsters who like are in the lobby of the bar, like having a drink, and they see QQ go in, and one of them is like, "Isn't that?" And they like get on the phone, and it just like starts that clock ticking further.
Can we have that moment, Adam, where I like see them see me? Like we just like see each other across the room, but because QQ's such a like angry badass, she's just like, yeah, whatever, it's fine.
Totally. Yeah. You make no effort to hide. I don't think they recognize you because they're only at 1800, but they're like, yeah, they're queuing in a little bit. This threat, so that threat clock advances slightly, and they're more aware of your presence. So we're gonna do that. And I think, what am I gonna do for setup or ambush? I think maybe we'll just hold on to that one. We'll call it that. We'll say the Commandant notices you. You still get paid. So everybody gets Cathode and Flamingo. You get 4 cred. Okay. And then QQ and Neat, you both get 6.
Mm-hmm.
Hooray!
Excellent. Everybody who isn't like missing limbs or whatever, you'll heal up during the downtime.
I'm not missing limbs.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. You'll be okay.
Cool. Do I have to
Neither of
pay
the
for a doctor
clocks.
or anything?
Let's see. Neither of the clocks are filled. Any corporate clock at 1800 or higher means the corporation has taken notice of you. So Krug is after your shit. Freyr has noticed you, but isn't going to take definite action. Or no, yeah, when a clock gets to 2100, the corporate takes definite action. So you can expect retaliation at some point from Freyr. And then the Combinat, Disney, and Elixir are still figuring their shit out. Cool. All right. So now, again, there's that choice before of laying low, or not. You don't have to. You can lay low, you can fight back, or you can do neither of those things, and we'll just go on to the next mission.
What does fighting back mean?
Fighting back is like you take a mission where you don't get paid, but you can like disrupt you. This would be like going and hitting like a Krug data farm to like blow out surveillance data of you. Kidnapping an executive and blackmailing them into like getting their corporation off your path, that kind of thing. It's a mission for you. So I guess that's the thing you'd want to decide so that I can plan that mission. But yeah, it's essentially a score that you get to choose.
I don't think we need to
We're not there quite yet.
get back yet. No.
But after this next mission,
Probably.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to steer clear of Freyr if it's at all possible, or of Krug if it's at all possible, because they mad.
I want to
So,
buy.
but we don't necessarily need to do either, right?
No, you don't need to lay low. You can if you want to, but it costs a shit ton. You all have to agree to do it.
Nope.
I don't have no. We did that one time and it was expensive.
Yeah.
I already spent all of everything.
Yeah, you owe Ombre 3 credits.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ombre's not gonna get paid 3 credits for a while. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, that will affect your like rep, right? Like people are gonna remember that you went to someone you didn't pay out.
Fucking Karsh has talked to everyone in the whole
No,
world.
but there has to
already.
be some kind of penalty for you not paying a contact.
Sure, but I mean, I don't have the money.
I
I
know. There is a list of people whose problem that is, and Karsh is not on that list.
Yeah.
So it is
Didn't
like
you just get 4?
yes.
Yes,
you did get
but I
that.
also need to stake some money coming up on the next thing. I
Yeah.
can spend 3 and have a 1 and then 0, and then I can't make any contacts because it costs me 1 to get them to do anything. Like,
You can always make contacts. You just don't have to go to them. Yes, you're poor as shit. You need to work on that. So no one's you're not gonna lie low, which is fine. Not gonna fight back. That's okay. And then there's that's it. There's downtime. So everybody who has harm, go ahead and reset your harm clock. I will reset the legwork clock back, and I will set the action clock. Oh, look at that nice placid blue. Set the action clock back.
And we need to do links too. Don't forget that.
Yes, yeah. Let's do that
We
now,
forgot.
and then I'll show you my stuff that I was making. Delete this. So these are the legwork and the action clocks. So at each stage, different things would happen. So they didn't know until you got there who their like mole was. You only got them as far as the leak was serious and the PK labs were increased in security. And then the action clock, had it extended to 2300, you would have just landed and gotten shot up with the guns. But you got there at 2100, and then it went up from there. So that was actually pretty good. You got there when you were still able. But yeah, there was a delay in the mission window at 2100. That's why he didn't show up.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about links.
It's a who knows you better after the mission sort of thing.
Yeah,
right?
who knows how you operate better. Oh, and also, I just because I was leaving it up to y'all to just do it, but like Dave, you had your character. Did you hit both? Yeah, you hit both of your things at least once. Or your directives.
I did, yeah. I marked illustrious twice and compassionate once.
Nice, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I took an extra one for the finishing of the mission, which puts me back up to 6.
Damn.
And
Nice.
I was only on 7, I think, at the beginning of this mission. We just knocked through a lot of things.
Hannah, you took you took some harm a couple of times.
No, I've tracked it all. I'm back up at 6 as well.
Nice.
I marked my protective for the drones the one time. But I'm at 3.
I didn't mark anything because I had no opportunities to make more money or be deceptive. I don't know what I would be deceptive about, and that's kind of a problem for that directive. Like, I feel like I need to have had some shadowy backstory like established that makes sense as to why that might become a problem. And that's just a matter of me like coming up with some reason.
Yeah.
But like
You can always swap it out too. You can always come up with another directive or make up a custom one if you want.
yeah,
If it's chafing you.
I'll look at it.
Sure. Yeah. And then same thing like Kathy. You marked yours for the drone, right? For making sure that B didn't get sucked out of the thing. And then proselytizing. I mean, maybe there'll be an opportunity for it, but you haven't had a chance yet.
Not really, no.
Okay. All right. I could see having a directive like naive or innocent.
I mean, that would be like a custom one, right?
Sure. Yeah, we can write custom ones. Like if you had one like a directive that was like innocent or innocence, you could say like when you like basically when you're just
when
suckered.
You get in shit deeper than.
Well, you're gullible. You believe something at face value instead of looking into it deeper, or like this is the character who should be like a cynical cyberpunk, but you're like, no, but there's still good in the world, and then it bites you in the ass because it will bite you in the ass.
I could definitely see that being like more playable than proselytizing. Yes. So I could definitely just rewrite that to be
think of one that's like naive or gullible. Look through how the other directives work.
I don't know about gullible. She's not stupid, but she's definitely inexperienced.
Sure.
Is it whiny because you whined a lot when you got shot?
Okay.
I don't
think that's a directive. You don't have a directive to be whiny.
Would you not whine a bit when you got shot?
It was just like you just said, "Oh, I'm a bit behind on XP." And I was like, "Whoa."
No. I can definitely see changing it to something like to do with her naivete or lack of experience, or like almost like half in, half out of this whole mess sort of thing. Yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll think about it.
Okay.
In terms of links?
Yeah, let's do links. You wanna start?
Sure. Who knows Cathode better? I feel like Neat does, because Neat was like, "Oh, you're allergic to this."
Well, it's specifically it's not who knows you better, right? It's specifically about who knows how you operate better. It's about how you work.
Has a better idea about how your character operates. Oh yeah. It's a lot of the stuff we did was just in like groups, I still think that like Neat as the soldier, as the like, okay, we're gonna do this, like directing me to do things and stuff, like would be more conscious of my capabilities than he was before.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, and I up my link with you?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, in terms of my links then, I think QQ knows better because I had you stop the murder of the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I tried. Like I'd probably just never find out that it didn't happen.
My awkward laugh was just like, yeah, protect them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. QQ.
Oh, geez. Who knows me how I operate better? Cathode learned a thing.
Yeah, Cathode learned that you can't rely on you to protect her.
That's true. Yeah, I totally did.
It's not your fault. Like I'm definitely
I'm not like a magical bullet stopper.
No, but that's the thing. Cathode probably thought you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that thing where it's like, oh, you are the protector of people. Oh, you're not. Okay.
It's like as long as I stand within 10 feet of you, nothing will ever hurt me ever again.
I mean, going by everything that's happened,
there, everyone would have died. So yes, I am protecting.
Yeah, but she has this like rose-colored glasses kind of view of things, and it doesn't really work with bullets, unfortunately.
Yeah. And the other reason is that even after you got shot to shit and were like totally messed up, QQ was still just like, okay, yeah, do this now, do this. We need.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Like she is a relentless murder robot and doesn't give a crap if you're hurt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Flamingo.
I think probably Neat knows how I operate better. Neat said make a distraction, and I fucking distracted the hell out of that.
Yep.
Yes, you did your job.
What's the total for these? It's 3 and then takes back over. Oh, is it 4?
4 is when you have to do the little scene.
No, no. So David, it is if it goes from 3 to 4, it doesn't go to 4 and it resets.
Okay, cool. I guess I don't have to take that thing about auto marking a 10 on help with people because I'm like already sat at 3 with you now. Cool. Good.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess that's it for this mission. I'll prep another one after D&D next week, so a week tomorrow, I guess, and we'll play another mission out on Friday. Cool. Look at these clocks. Oh, that Krug clock. It's so hot. Eventually, you'll go on a mission against or for Krug, and it'll get all real then. But until then, I think that'll do us for today. A little shorter than usual, but you did the mission, so getting paid. Nice work.
Okay, one last question before we go.
Yeah.
Can anyone lend me 3 credits?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Adam,
I will.
Oh, you want to buy your
also lend-
helicopter?
I want to buy my fucking helicopter.
Okay, perfect.
How much do you need as well, Flamingo,
I
to
don't
make it
need-
tenable to pay the person back?
Oh, 3.
I mean,
He'd be.
I have 8 credits right now. And I don't have to spend them on anything.
I can figure it out myself. I'm gonna make some cred at the beginning of next game, maybe.
Okay.
I definitely think that a thing that Cathode is doing in her downtime is 1, installing new cyberware, and 2, fixing your drones.
Yep.
My poor drones.
Take
got
your
it.
3 QQ, buy your helicopter. That's fine. I'll give that to
Okay,
you.
well, I have to do the move to hit the streets, and like
Well,
we'll see. It might
Yeah,
end
we'll
up
see.
costing
But you
more.
have the credit for it.
Yeah.
Yep, I've taken off my sheet. It's gone. It's a helicopter now.
Okay,
it's gone.
so
It's a helicopter now.
Watch.
I roll style to hit the street. Yeah. So, Kyuki's just like real grumpy about Benny being such a bad sport. It's just like I can get my own helicopter. Screw this guy. And I'm gonna go hit up a bunch of my like former Freyr people that I know.
Okay.
And just be
I
like,
would suggest
"Hey,
you don't talk to anybody from Freya, actually. That sounds like a really bad idea.
I mean, they are at 2100. So, I mean, so the thing is, like, this technically takes place during legwork for the next mission. So let's
does
save
it?
Yeah.
There's
no.
no time outside of missions to do stuff.
No, it takes place during
It's
legwork.
so weird because it advances the legwork clock. Like,
Well, it doesn't have to. It's just if you fuck it up.
Oh, yeah, I
Um,
guess.
it's-
So next time then.
Yeah, like if you're doing something that's not super directly related to the mission, it wouldn't, like, legwork doesn't tick down as a currency to take actions. It just goes up as you cause.
If you fail and
Well, if you fail and it's an appropriate response, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. We'll do helicopter purchasing during legwork in the next one.
Cool.
But something like drone repair would be something we could do in between missions. Like that's not necessary in like legwork, or is that?
Yeah, I mean, if
It's
you're
not
making
even a roll.
moves, they're taking place during legwork. But
I don't think that it's not a move.
Yeah,
I think
no,
it's
that's-
just something that I do. So
Yeah.
that's probably
Yeah,
makes sense
we
to
heal,
me.
drones heal.
you heal, yeah.
Everyone
you heal the
heals.
drones, that sort of thing. Yeah.
I install cyberware.
Yeah. So we'll check in. We'll do that as the very first thing in the next session. We'll see, like, what did you do on your summer vacation?
What kind of new cyber tech do you got in your body?
So that'll give you some time to figure it out, and also then you can research and
Menu.
draw your new helicopter and what have you.
Yeah.
How are you at drawing helicopters?
I'm gonna draw a helicopter.
Excellent. I'm excited. All right. Cool.
Future helicopter.
Well, let's say goodbye for now. Obviously no show tomorrow or Friday, but we'll be back on Thursday with some more chaos and flan and some D&D, and then I'll plan for Sprawl on Friday. So, Elf, would you like to start us off?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Distracted Elf. You can follow me on twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter @DistractedElf. I don't get a lot of a chance to talk to military weird cyborgs with lots of strength other than QQ. I would have liked to have known more about that. That's kind of
QQ got jealous and
yeah.
mashed her face in.
Stop talking to other cyborgs.
I think that's it.
All right.
You can find me in those places, and I am there.
Sounds good. Loyal bodyguard QQ.
That's me. You can follow me at Commuting Crow on Twitter. This Friday, I'm gonna have my delayed unbirthday stream. So I'm gonna be streaming all day on Friday. And you should come hang out with me. Because we're not doing shows and stuff.
Cool. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dave.
Oh, is that me now?
Yeah. You're neat. You're advertising your killing game. I guess you don't kill people, you just get shit done.
Yeah. Man, I'm kind of looking forward to the session where we talk about this game. I've got a lot of thoughts, especially now after this mission. That's not to say it's bad. It's just noticing some things. Definitely, I'm like, like, I also would have really liked to see what was happening with the corporal, but like, we're one tick off the end of the mission, and we've got to finish the mission. Otherwise, we've all sunk credits, and we basically can't play anymore.
I was
We
like,
don't
ready,
have enough
I was
credits.
ready to derail somehow and like find out what this other cyborg was all about. I don't know. Maybe I should.
Yeah, but derailing when you only have one tick left before you fail a mission is like hard to justify.
What I mean is basically saying like, screw the mission. What's this?
But then we can't move forward, and that's like
we
something
can't
that's
continue
complicated about.
playing.
Like
I
if
think
you
is
have
the more
0
specific
creds
thing.
and I have 1 cred, like there's no way we can take a mission. Like it's just.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any specific stuff in the book about like if you have 0 creds and you take a mission, because
There are
have nothing to.
Anyway, yeah, looking forward to talking about that some more. Apart from that, you can follow me on Twitter if you want, Dave_the_human. Sad to miss out on some D&D, but very much looking forward to getting a chance to see Adam's cool stuff that's going to be going on at the weekend. I don't know why I'm doing your shout outs for you. Okay, I'm done. Bye.
All right, Blue Jay.
Well, if you're missing D&D, you can wait approximately 3.5 hours, and I'll be playing D&D today on twitch.tv/misclicks. So, you don't have to miss out. I mean, I don't have to miss out on D&D. Other than that, you can find me on my channel tomorrow and Friday. Maybe we'll be playing games together, Elf? Maybe? We were going to talk about it?
I don't know what we're gonna play though.
We can talk about it. It's a possibility.
We'll figure it out.
It's a possibility.
We'll try to do something.
So I'll be on twitch.tv/bluejay. Elf will be on, Distracted Elf.
You don't have to shout me out.
Andrew and Dave are going to be in their places doing whatever they do. And Adam's going to be elsewhere. That's the end. That's all of it.
Weird shout outs today. Really just weird
It's
stuff.
a Wednesday. I don't know.
Well, if you enjoy social media, visit www.twitter.com. And while you're there, you should follow, I don't know, just some interesting people. They're all over the place. You could start with...
There's cool people on Twitter.
Whoever there.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Twitter themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Just go follow @Twitter on Twitter. All the best stuff. If you like live broadcasts, you could visit www.twitch.tv. I hear there's some good stuff there. Otherwise, get off your lazy butt and go play a role-playing game. Go to roll20.net if you have not already signed up for an account and play an RPG. Play the Sprawl.
You don't have to get off your butt for that, actually. It's on the internet.
It's a metaphorical butt.
On your butt.
All right? Get off your metaphorical butts, get on your literal butts, and play some role-playing games because they're fun.
Hang on, wait. Get on my literal butt?
Yeah.
What?
Listen, it's a Wednesday. No one knows what they're doing. I'm pulling the ripcord. I'm pulling the ripcord. We're done. That's it. I can't handle anymore. Thanks for coming. Have a good one, everybody. See you next week. Weirdos.